Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top 5 scientific breakthroughs that are reshaping our world. From medicine to material science, these discoveries are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. What's exciting about these breakthroughs is that they're not just abstract science, they're already starting to affect our daily lives. These innovations are changing the rules of the game. From the way we power our homes to how we explore the universe and even how long we live. Stick around until the end, you won't believe number 1. At number 5, we have the continued evolution of CRISPR gene editing. This technology works like tiny molecular scissors, allowing scientists to cut and edit DNA with incredible precision. In medicine, CRISPR's already shown success in treating genetic disorders such as sickle cell anemia, and trials are underway for diseases ranging from cancer to muscular dystrophy. Beyond healthcare, researchers are experimenting with CRISPR in agriculture, designing crops that can survive drought, resist pests, and even reduce the need for chemical fertilizers. Gene editing techniques have also been used to help lessen or even completely reverse life-threatening conditions. In 2024, a child was born with a rare life-threatening genetic disease called severe carbamyl phosphate synthetase 1 deficiency. In simpler terms, his liver didn't produce a certain enzyme that helps break down some of the toxic byproducts of protein digestion. He would have to take medication for the rest of his life, or so his parents thought. The 7-month-old baby was accepted into a study on in vivo gene therapy. That means they were going to try to fix the cells without having to remove them or do any kind of surgery. They created a custom gene therapy treatment, then filled up the IV and waited. They didn't have to wait long though. Within 7 weeks of the treatment, the baby was not only able to ingest more protein, but they were also able to half the amount of medication that he had to take. Science is well on its way to curing incurable conditions. In 4th place, quantum computing. Unlike classical computers, which use bits as zeros and ones, quantum computers use qubits, which can exist in multiple states at once. This gives them the potential to solve certain problems far faster than even the world's best supercomputers. Unfortunately, this doesn't mean we're going to be getting any new gaming PCs. Quantum computing works a bit differently than normal computing, so the games and apps that we have on our phones and computers wouldn't really work on a quantum computer. Companies like Google, IBM, and startups worldwide are racing to build more powerful and stable quantum processors. Early demonstrations have already shown quantum advantage on highly specific tasks. If this technology matures, it could accelerate drug discovery, optimize global supply chains, and even break encryption systems we currently consider uncrackable. The growth of technology would begin to advance at breakneck speeds, and new discoveries would be happening on a daily, if not hourly, basis. We're still early in the race, but make no mistake, quantum computing could completely rewrite what's possible with technology. Number 3 is fusion energy, often called the holy grail of clean power. Fusion is the same process that powers the sun, fusing atoms together to release enormous amounts of energy. Unlike fossil fuels, it doesn't release carbon, and unlike nuclear power, it produces minimal, long-lived radioactive waste. For decades, fusion has been more promise than reality, but recent experiments have shown great signs of progress. The U.S. National Ignition Facility announced a breakthrough in achieving net energy gain, producing more energy from a fusion reaction than was used to trigger it. International projects like ITER in France are also making headway, building massive reactors to test whether fusion can be scaled up. Of course, this technology is still in the very early stages, and for all we know, we might be able to build Dyson spheres before we master fusion, making fusion a little less important, but it's still a very exciting prospect. If successful, fusion could give us virtually limitless, safe, carbon-free energy, solving one of humanity's biggest challenges, powering the future without destroying the planet. Coming in at number 2 are advances towards room temperature superconductors. Superconductors are special materials that carry electricity with absolutely no resistance. That means zero energy wasted as heat, something our current power grid struggles with every day. The problem's always been that superconductors only work under extreme cold or intense pressure, making them impractical for everyday usage. Recently, however, researchers have reported progress with new materials that inch closer to working under normal conditions. While one much-hyped claim of room temperature superconductors didn't hold up under scrutiny, other approaches, like experiments with nickelates and new theoretical insights, suggest that this dream might eventually become a reality. If it does, the impact would be enormous, from perfectly efficient power grids to next-generation computers to levitating trains that glide across the continent. Before we get to number 1, if you found any of this stuff interesting, consider giving the video a like and maybe even hit that subscribe button. And finally, at number 1, a discovery in longevity science that could change how we think about aging itself. Researchers have identified a gene called OSER1, found across many species, that appears to play a major role in lifespan and resilience. When scientists boosted OSER1 in animals like flies and worms, those creatures lived significantly longer and handled stress better, whether it was heat, lack of food, or cellular damage. Lowering OSER1, on the other hand, shortened lifespans and reduced resilience. What makes this so exciting is that OSER1 also exists in humans. Early studies suggest it helps our cells resist oxidative stress, one of the key drivers of aging. While we're still a long way from anti-aging therapy, discoveries like this will bring us closer to the possibility of not just adding years to our lives, but adding healthy years, keeping people stronger and more resilient as they age. Of course, there would be other issues that this could create. Having humans live longer would mean that our total population numbers would grow faster, meaning that the need for food, power, and housing would all increase. Of course, some of the other texts we talked about today could help fix those issues, so a bigger population might not necessarily be that big of a problem. So there you have it, the top 5 scientific breakthroughs shaping our future. From harnessing the power of our own DNA to unlocking the secrets of the universe, science is moving at an incredible pace. Which of these do you think will have the biggest impact on our lives? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into science and technology.